If you broke up with your avoidant partner, if you left them, you might be struggling and wrestling with the feeling of guilt, feeling like you did something wrong, that you hurt this person, that because you stood up for your emotional needs, because you asserted your boundaries, that you confirmed their worst fears of abandonment, that you somehow proved to them that emotional intimacy leads to abandonment. Well, it's perfectly understandable why you'd be wrestling with this guilt, because you never wanted to hurt anybody. But the thing is, they were hurting you. Every time they pulled away from you, every time they shut down, every time they stonewalled you, every time they gaslit you, every time they ran away, every time they disappeared, they were hurting you. And these were all choices that the avoidant made. They made these choices. They essentially caused their own abandonment. They chose it. This is because of their behavioral choices. You didn't make them behave this way. Chances are you gave this person 1,000 chances. You communicated your needs to this person, and they still chose to not work on themselves. They chose to not heal. They chose to shut down. They chose to not do therapy. They chose to not self-reflect. They chose to run away from their problems, and they consistently chose it. You didn't cause it. You didn't make them do these choices. And your own wants and needs matter too. They absolutely do. And you are not selfish for taking care of yourself. In reality, you need to take care of yourself before you're even capable of taking care of anybody else's emotional needs. It's like being in an airplane when it's going down. You need to put on your own oxygen mask before you can assist others. And when you're in a relationship with somebody who's constantly pulling away from you, somebody who's pushing you away, somebody who is avoiding emotional intimacy, somebody who's gaslighting you, somebody who is disappearing on you for hours, days, weeks at a time, you are only hurting yourself. It causes anxiety. You are not going to be the best version of yourself when you continue to allow yourself to be treated that way, because you deserve so much better than that. You deserve somebody who puts the same effort and energy into you as you give to them. So it is not selfish. It is not bad. It is not unkind to take care of yourself. It's unfortunate that the avoidant chose this path. Yes, it is, because they chose this path. They chose the path which led to them not being relationship material. It's a choice on their end. You're not responsible for their choices. And chances are you didn't blindside them. You asserted your needs. And there's no shame in that, because your boundaries matter. When you enforce your boundaries, you're sending yourself the message that you can rely on yourself to take care of your emotional wants and needs, even when it's difficult. But when you don't assert your boundaries, when you don't enforce your boundaries, you're sending yourself the message that you don't matter, and that the other person's feelings matter, but yours don't. So understand, the avoidant chose their own abandonment. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy to them. They self-sabotaged. You're not responsible for that. So be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up, because you know that you deserve emotional intimacy. You deserve love, and you deserve to be treated in the same way that you treat somebody else. Don't settle for less, and don't feel guilty for not settling.